Hi, I'm Alicia, and this is my brief but spectacular moment. So my major here is a physician's assistant, and I feel like I've always wanted to go into healthcare because of a lot of stuff that happened throughout my childhood. When I was about 4, my mom told me I was going to get a new baby brother, and I never had any of that sibling rivalry or jealousy kind of stuff. I just always really wanted someone new to play with because we had a small family since my parents moved here from India, so I never really had anyone to play with growing up, so I was really excited. And when my baby brother was born, he was born with a lot of health problems. Like, he was born premature, so he was underweight. He had a lot of problem feeding. He had jaundice. He had a really weak immune system due to, not feeding. And I spent a lot of time at the hospital because there was nobody to really look after me when I was home by myself. It was my parents and I at the hospital all the time. And there was a lot of really, really nice doctors, nurses, PAs, you name it, that really cared about me and really cared about taking care of me, just not my brother and my mom. So they would talk to me and they would tell me, hey, this is what, if the baby has a weak immune system, this is how you wash your hands, this is how you make people wear the surgical mask if they're holding the baby. And I got really serious about it. I would love playing with gloves and holding my brother while wearing a surgical mask and stuff. And I took them really seriously. When my brother finally was able to come home and all my parents' friends and coworkers visited, I would always be like, did you wash your hands? You just come up from outside. You should wash your hands. There are germs. You can't bring germs into the house. And my mom would just be like, it's okay. He's getting older. I really don't think I stopped doing that until he was maybe a year old. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And then I felt like that really influenced me as to what I wanted to do because the way the doctors treated me with so much respect, it made me feel really excited, and I always remembered what they told me. So I started volunteering at the hospital when I was about 15 years old, and then that eventually led to me getting a job as a lab technician in the emergency room, which is where I currently work. So I was working a late night shift one night, and there was a elderly man who I was just coming in to, check his fluids, vital signs, that kind of thing. And he was, dying. His family was there, but he had made peace with it. He was really old. And he told me that before he died, he wanted a milkshake, an Oreo milkshake to be specific. And I was like, okay, let's finesse, let's get to Burger King, McDonald's, something. But he just really wanted a homemade one, the way his mom used to make him. So I found some Oreos in the cafeteria and ice cream and milk from the pediatric lounge. And I went to town. I crushed up those Oreos, put them in the milkshake, the ice cream, the sugar, and he really enjoyed it. And I found out later that night that he passed away, but he passed away happy. And I know it's a selfish thing to say, oh, maybe it was a little bit because of me or whatever, but I think it was really cool that I was able to give him a milkshake and that he was able to, sip his milkshake and hang out with his family as he passed away. And being a PA would really give me more of that patient care and contact and forming close relationships with my patients. And that's, two main reasons why I really want to be a PA.